Welcome, investors. Thank you so much for joining me here at Gambling Investor. My name is Luke, and today we're going to be taking a peek into my $15,000 investing portfolio. So let's jump right in. As you can tell by the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about Dutch Brothers stock today. It is actually my fourth biggest position, so not quite the smallest position. One stock, which you'll find out later, I'll make a video on, has gone down substantially to take the lowest spot. So as we can see, I'm down pretty far. Let's see, 11%. I'm maybe not too far. I would love to get this stock even lower. It was under 50 a week or two ago. I should have picked up shares then, but you know how it is. Keep thinking, hopefully it goes lower. And it doesn't, and it pops back up to the mid 50s. And here we're sitting at $53. My average cost is about $60. And I would like to add a few more shares. I think they have a long growth in front of them. So let's talk about why I am investing in them. First of all, it is culture. Secondly, America loves sugar. And if you've ever been to a Dutch Brothers, their drinks are sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, let's check out this map. This is from the end of 2021. As we can see, they had 538 shops, and they made it all the way to Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and yeah, 538 shops. And then we'll flash forward to 2025, the year end, and now we've made it all the way to the East Coast. Not too many on the East Coast, although we do have 27 in Florida, and we've doubled the locations. If you don't know, what they're trying to do is to hit 2,029 shops by 2029. And their long-term trajectory, they think for their total addressable market is 7,000. So we'd need another double up from here, and then another double up, and then some. So long growth in front of them. So let's talk about where they came from. This man here is one of the founders, Travis Boersma. His brother, unfortunately, passed years and years ago. Dane, they are the founders of this company. He passed well before they became public company. I want to say in 2020 is about when they went public. So I want to listen to a little bit about him being interviewed at this leadership conference. So let's listen.
Describe those attributes. Is that what you're looking for in a brand new employee? Somebody who may be joining the store in a part-time role, or they're coming on board, they're an hourly wage, whatever the situation is. How do you keep that?
This is the thing, man. I mean, we're diverse. Yeah. So it doesn't matter what color your skin is or what your beliefs are, whether you're an extrovert, you're an introvert. What happens when you come to work for Dutch is you get to develop skills and strengths that are going to serve you in your life with wherever you may go. Yeah. So it's a stepping stone, man. Yeah. I mean, this thing is way bigger than coffee. Right. It's way bigger than Rebel, which is our energy drink. But the thing that really fuels the whole thing by miles and is a differentiator is the culture. Right. You know, I mean, that's the thing that I think people come for great product. Mm-hmm. They come back for the people.
Yeah, that's right. How do you keep instilling and keep protecting that culture as you keep growing? 10,000 people, 7 states. You can't be everywhere. Your leadership team can't be everywhere. How do you keep an eye on that all-important thing of culture?
It's constant, never-ending improvement, man. That's why we're here. Yeah. Right? I mean, we're all growing.
Right.
Success.
What a one-liner. Constant, never-ending improvement. So I just love that. I mean, if anybody's ever worked in the service industry, which I have for a couple decades now, I don't care if you're doing fast food, sit down, fine dining, service, just working at a dive bar. It is a grind. If you've owned one of these places and you've been successful, you know the way that you've been successful is to grinding it out every single day, day in, day out.
No, and it's rent, and the rent's due every day. Yeah. So what are you going to do about that? Right. Right? I mean, you got to wake up. You got to get after it.
Success is not owned, it's rented, and rent is due every day. All right, speaking just to that grind mentality that you have to have in these industries.
And this is the thing. If we really want to be a model for other businesses in the world, which is one of my main focal points, I want to show people that you can grow with people who have heart, that care, that are willing to put in the time with work ethic and an attitude that's positive. That's what it's all about.
So how do you, though? I mean, back to the practicality of you got all these stores, you got leaders of these stores. How do you keep the story alive and the values that they understand? Wait a second, this is a different kind of company. This isn't even a coffee company. This is just an opportunity company. You know, that's what you guys are about. How do you keep that? I mean, what's the practical side of this? Because I want leaders to understand, certainly those that are listening in that have multiple locations, teams that are in different places. How do you protect it?
Well, I think some people think that you got to hold on to people forever. And I think it's that opposite. I think you got to help people design their life and live their dream.
Right.
And so we plant that seed right from the very beginning. We want to know what some of your interests are, what some of your skills are, some of the things that you may want to pursue, some of the strengths that you possess. Do you have goals? You know, some of the young people that we get in, man, I mean, they're focused on playing video games and eating Doritos. And you're like, well, that's cool. And you live at home and you just need a part-time job, put gas in the tank.
Right.
Cool. But what are some things that you think about? What are some things that you could do? You know, it's asking quality questions and getting answers at some point and planting seeds that may sprout and germinate into like really strong plants. You know, so we have some people that come in and they're part-time college students and they know where they're going and what they're doing and they're well on their way.
All right, this really hits home to me. The place I was at the longest, the owner hated when his employees had more than one job. He just, for some reason, he didn't want people to better themselves. It was mind-boggling. So this really hits home when I hear him talking about this could be a stepping stone, or maybe this is your career path. Maybe you end up running a couple of Dutch Brothers down the road. All right, so let's move on and let's talk about their numbers. Their revenue, as we can see from 2021 until the end of 2025, has tripled. If we look at the earnings per share, they were negative in 2021 and they've become positive. So one thing I will be watching is share dilution, and I want to see them being able to grow without having to dilute the shareholders, which is us, right? All right, let's move on. And this is their guidance, which they gave last earnings call. So we can see right here, their revenues are projecting to 2 billion to 2.03. If we go to the analysts and see what they're actually forecasting, the median's actually higher than that, which I completely agree with. I think they're going to do better than that. They have them at 2.09 billion. So, all right, let's talk valuation and what I think they're going to do. So I've done a little DCF model here on one of the AI tools. I think I'm using Gemini. So I've got them growing 45%, and I'm just doing earnings per share. Obviously, all of this can change if they dilute shares. There's a lot of other factors. So this is just a real quick basic model that I've set up. And so we got them going 45%, 40, 35%, 30, and 25% into year 5. So if we run those numbers, we could see here in year 3 that has them doing $1.75. And if they're trading at 80 PE, which is about where they're at now, 140, I don't see them holding that PE. You know, I feel like the longer time goes, the lower that PE is probably going to get. But I think, you know, by year 3, maybe somewhere between 40 and 60, hopefully higher than 60, you never know. And if we go to year 5, we can see if they're trading in that medium, it'd be 171, which is be about a triple from here, which I would be more than happy with. Who knows? So many factors to be determined. So let's talk about their competition. So I briefly asked Gemini very quickly, who is their competition? They say 7 Brew, Scooters Coffee, and BlackRock Coffee. I've been to a BlackRock. Maybe they can, you know, give Dutch a run for their money. I don't know. I need to do some more investigating. The 7 Brew, which I think is more franchise, I don't think they have the community and the culture. And this is what I really think separates Dutch Brothers, is their culture. And it's why I'm investing in them. All right. That's pretty much it for me. I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.